Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading. The second is a discussion of the reading, followed by suggested journal prompts. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad you've joined us today on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe this podcast wherever you're listening, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Your help here really makes a huge difference in allowing us to spread the word and build a more supportive community as we continue with our self-reparenting. Now, before we get started, I have some quick updates for you. First, I'd like to introduce our Patreon community. Here, for a small monthly fee, you can join us for 3 weekly meetings for additional support with your reparenting journey. On Sundays, we have a meditation group. On Tuesdays, we have a book club discussion. And on Thursdays, we have open topic conversations. You can find out more details about this if you go to the Reparenting Daily website and check out on the community tab. In addition to that, we also have a WhatsApp group to foster more daily connection and support for whenever you need it. And this is a community of fellow travelers from around the world who will always be there when help is needed. It's just one of the many ways that we're building our network of resources that are really going to help support your reparenting journey. For the next update, I'm very excited to announce that I've just released some first books. The first is probably the most important, and it's called the Reparenting Daily Journal. Now, this journal is a daily guide for 365 days of the year. We'll be starting in 2025, and basically each month corresponds to a theme in reparenting, and each week of each month corresponds to a sub-theme of the monthly theme. Now, from the beginning of the year, 2025, each daily episode will correspond with the themes in the daily workbooks. And so you can use this as a guide to work through your reparenting journey to stay focused, ensuring that you cover all of the most critical areas within a year's time. And again, this will be aligning up with the podcast, so you can use both of these to make a more engaging and interactive experience. This is ensuring that you really book progress on your reparenting journey. The next set of books I've written is called Fairy Tales for Reparenting. This is a collection of 3 books that contain short stories or fairy tales inspired from Jungian analysis, mythology, philosophy, and psychology that really is targeted to helping you connect to your inner child. And so these stories are very short. They're not very long. They're written in a very simple manner so that it's not too taxing on you, so you can more easily connect with the joy and fun of your inner child. More interestingly, however, is that at the end of each story, there's an analysis section that really analyzes the main themes and concepts within each story to provide encouragement and inspiration. Additionally, you will find corresponding journal prompts after each story and each analysis section to help you reflect deeper on how the themes of each fairy tale can be reflected and correspond to your own personal journey as you work towards self-expansion. You can find all of these books now available on Amazon, so go ahead and give us a look and give us some support. And as I've mentioned before, this entire process of reparenting and self-expansion is really about growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like the process of nurturing the bonsai tree, our reparenting journey requires our consistency and care. So many thanks for being here and for supporting this project, and also to committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from The School of Kindness, a blog article entitled 10 Ways You Can Be Kind to Yourself. As a reminder, this is February, the theme of the month of self-compassion and self-kindness. We're in week 2, February 8th to the 14th. The theme of this week is practicing self-kindness and self-forgiveness. Being kind is the best thing you can be. But sometimes we can focus a lot of our energy on doing things for others and forget about being kind to ourselves. Just like a car needs fuel to run, we need to fill ourselves up with kindness in order to be the best we can be. And all that kindness inside of you will spill out into the world and help you be kind to other people as well. Being kind to ourselves not only means we have more enthusiasm to help others, but it has scientific benefits too. Practicing self-kindness can slow down our heart rates, helping us feel calmer, and even supporting our immune system. Sometimes we're far more critical of ourselves than we would be of other people. Just remember that mistakes are marvelous and help us learn. No one is perfect. So here are 10 steps to self-kindness. 10 tips for self-kindness to encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Number 1, have a good night's sleep. The suggestion that primary school age children get 9 to 11 hours of sleep. When we have a good night's sleep, our bodies can repair themselves and get us ready for the next day. It also makes us less irritable. Number 2, kindness meditation. By meditating, we reduce our stress levels and create a more positive headspace. You can also do it anywhere. Meditating encourages our bodies to fully relax, meaning we can think clearly and allow our bodies to take a break. Number 3, move your body. When we exercise, it releases wonderful chemicals in our body that helps us feel happier. So move your body whatever way you can. Number 4, practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude means that we take time to reflect on the things we're grateful for. Whether that's a helpful friend or a good day at school, being thankful helps us be more positive. Being thankful helps us to become more positive people who can show more compassion. Number 5, do something you love. Make sure, at least once a day, you have some time to do something you love, whether that's reading or music or sports. It's important to help you feel happy and relaxed. Just a reminder, we only read a portion of the article today. I will leave the link in the show notes. You can read the entire article. Thanks again for being here today. Welcome back. This reading is deeply important to reparenting because it highlights the necessity of self-kindness, a core component of healing and nurturing the inner child. Many people who need reparenting grew up without consistent emotional care, leaving them with patterns of self-neglect and harsh inner criticism. By consciously practicing self-kindness, through rest, mindfulness, and movement, gratitude, and joy, we create a stable, loving environment for our inner child, the one that they have always needed. Just as good parents ensure a child's well-being, we must now provide that for ourselves, reinforcing that our needs matter and that we deserve care and compassion. Over time, these small acts of self-nurturing help rebuild self-trust and emotional resilience, essential for true inner healing. Beyond reparenting, this reading is a powerful reminder that self-kindness isn't just an emotional process. It has tangible physical benefits as well. Slowing down, being gentle with ourselves, and prioritizing what makes us feel good helps regulate our nervous system, reducing stress and improving our overall well-being. Many people who struggle with self-judgment and perfectionism often treat themselves far more critically than they would of a loved one. However, by normalizing rest, gratitude, and self-care as essential rather than indulgent, we shift from a cycle of self-criticism to one of self-acceptance. When we internalize these practices, kindness becomes a natural state of being, allowing us not only to thrive personally, but to extend genuine compassion to others from a place of fullness rather than depletion. As we look at the journal prompts today, number one, what self-kindness practices from the reading do I struggle with the most and why? How can I integrate it more into my daily life gently? Number two, if I could speak to my inner child, what would I tell them about their worth and the importance of self-care? And number three, how does being kind to myself impact the way I interact with others? What changes when I prioritize my own well-being? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself and do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please find a place where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Just take some time to listen to yourself. Next, be sure that you are taking some time to be with your breath to connect with your body. Don't be disturbed or overwhelmed by your thoughts. Simply allow them to pass. Just observe them. Do not engage with your thoughts. Only be mindful of them passing, as if they are drifting down a river. Use this time to connect with yourself. Whatever time of day you are listening to this, Namaste.